We are incredibly low key today. Don't have a lot of books to talk about, but you know what? We're just doing it. I'm racing the sun. These are my August anticipated releases. Let's go. I do have my laptop down here, which is what I am looking at. So we're gonna deal with it. So, the first release date that we have for this month is August 6th, and there are two books that I'm anticipating on August 6th. The first is The Dead Cattail Assassins by P. Djèlí Clark. I'm a big fan of P. Djèlí Clark. He writes some very interesting Black-focused fantasy worlds. I really liked his A Master of Jinn universe, the short stories, the novella, and then also the novel that came out. So, The Dead Cattail Assassins is another fantasy story with all Black characters in a Black world, which is just really great. So, the tagline for this is, "The dead cattail assassins are not cats, nor do they have tails, but they're most assuredly dead." So our main character is Avine. I did get an advanced reader copy for this, so I have read it already. I already have a full review up on my Goodreads, which is linked below. So our main character, Avine, is one of these assassins. She died at some point, was brought back to life to be an assassin, but she has no memories of her past life. Now the book kicks off with Avine going on a mission to assassinate someone, but she starts gaining memories, and we kick off from there. I'm gonna leave it at that because the synopsis doesn't tell you too much more, and a lot of what unfolded was such a nice surprise. Like, the synopsis really keeps a lot of things hidden. So a lot of the unfolding of what happens with the plot was a nice surprise. Now, the only thing for me that I really found hard for me to digest was the character work, because this is a very fast-paced adventure, rompy good time. But for me, that feeling of rompy adventure kind of overtook the story and the world for me. So like, Avine was quipping all the time, everybody was kind of like, wink wink nudge nudge kind of feeling throughout the whole book, and it got tiring for me very fast. But P. Djèlí Clark is so good at creating these worlds. Like, he's just a master world builder and atmosphere builder too. So I do recommend it. I gave it 3.5 stars. So for me personally, just some quirks that I didn't like as much as I have liked his stuff in the past, but it's still very fun, and I think you should check it out. Also on August 6th, and this, I am so excited for this, it's The Mercy of the Gods by James S.A. Corey. They are the authors of The Expanse, and they're coming back writing together, kicking off another sci-fi series. So, how humanity came to the planet called Anjin is lost in the fog of history. That history is about to end. Essentially, it's an alien story, and a lot more directly alien related than The Expanse ever was. So I really haven't read anything more than those first couple of taglines, and I don't want anything more. So I just know I love their writing. I loved The Expanse. I love the world building, so I'm not expecting The Expanse, but I know what they're capable of, and I am so excited for this. So excited. So let me know, like, have you read The Expanse? Are you excited? Did you know that this was coming out? Like, I just want to talk to people about it when it comes out. This is definitely one book that I am going to buy on a release day, or if not release day, then the weekend after it comes out, so I can read over the weekend, and we'll see how quickly I eat it up. So very excited for that one. Now we're moving on to August 13th. Yes, we're moving on to August 13th, and I only have one anticipated book on this day, and that is The Dollmakers by Lynn Buchanan. Now, I was turned on to this book by an advanced review of Patrick Leo. I will link him down below. If I can find the actual video where he did the review, I will link that directly, but he will definitely be linked down below. If you know Fantasy Booktube at all, you know Patrick. So he very, very highly talked this up, so I was so intrigued immediately. So, in this dark and enchanting standalone fantasy from debut author Lynn Buchanan, discover a world centered around destructive, all-consuming monsters, the magical dolls designed to fight this force, and the artisans tasked with creating demon-slaying dolls. A touch cozy fantasy and a touch horror. The Dollmakers is perfect for stands of Studio Ghibli films, the work of T.J. Klune and Travis Baldree, and readers of Juniper and Thorn and the Goblin Emperor. Now that is a heck of a tag paragraph. I'm not gonna read any more of the synopsis. I think that does enough to really hype it up. So I am excited for this one. I'm not going to immediately buy it. This one, I will go to the store and read the first chapter or two to see how I feel about it, and then maybe buy it. We'll see. So very excited for that one. Please, if that sounds interesting to you at all, go to Petrick's review, and he talks about it a little bit more, and he's very enthusiastic about it. So he really, really convinced me to give this a try. So do check it out. We are on to August 20th, the last day of releases. Like I said, not a lot this month, thankfully. So I have 2 books that I'm looking forward to this month, or this day. So the first is Asunder by Kerstin Hall. Now I read Star Eater by Kerstin Hall a couple of years ago, and I liked it. I liked it pretty well. It was, I think I gave it 3 or 3.5. In my rating scale, 3 stars is I liked it, versus 4, which is really liked it, and then 5 is like almost perfect. So that one was a very interesting sci-fi world where essentially the main character is a cannibal nun who is being forced down a path where she is going to be forced to have children, and she's rebelling against that. Ends up linking up with revolutionaries, and the story goes from there. It was very interesting, and a very interesting way to discuss bodily autonomy and religion and all of that. So I was very, even though the execution wasn't for me, the project was really interesting. So I am really curious to see what Kerstin Hall does with this, and it sounds just as intriguing. So Asunder. Tagline is, "We choose our own gods here." Also, this cover is amazing. Like, can I just say, this cover is freaking amazing. It's beautiful. So, Karis Eska is a death speaker, locked into an irrevocable compact with Sebaster, a terrifying eldritch entity, 3-faced, 100-winged, unforgiving, who has granted her the ability to communicate with the newly departed. She pays the rent by using her abilities to investigate suspicious deaths around the troubled city she calls home. When a job goes sideways and connects her to a dying stranger with dangerous secrets, her entire world is upended. Farain is willing to pay a ludicrous sum of money for her help. To save him, Karis inadvertently binds him to her shadow, an act that may doom them both. If they want to survive, they will need to learn to trust one another. Together, they journey to the heart of a fated empire, all the while haunted by arcane horrors and the unquiet ghosts of their pasts. So, that doesn't say a lot, but it does give off like the kind of atmosphere I think we can expect. Also, eldritch horrors, considering the type of horror, psychological more horror that she dealt with in Star Eater. I'm very intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued. This is going to be a library pick for me, actually. Reminder to editing, Chantal, reminder to put this on hold. But yeah, I'm very, very intrigued. I hope I like it a lot more than I did Star Eater, and I did like Star Eater. So last, and this was a mistake by me in my notes, I actually put this for August 20th when it's actually August 6th. And this is A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. I was able to get the advanced reader copy from Tor, so many thanks to them for that. I've already read it. I loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. This is essentially a dark retelling of the Brothers Grimm's Goose Girl, rife with secrets, murder, and forbidden magic. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of retellings, no matter what they are. And I never really knew about the Goose Girl, but this is a really great way to incorporate elements of myth or fairy tale or something while doing something completely new. So in this one, our main character is a young teenage girl whose mother is the titular sorceress. And there's another character, the sorceress sets her sights on a man that she wants to marry. And another character is the older sister of this man. Both the man and the sister are I believe in their 50s. And we get the point of view of the other character, Hester, and we start with her just feeling like a premonition that doom, capital D doom, is about to arrive. which is the Sorceress. And we have Hester and Cordelia trying to deal with Cordelia's mother. And what's really great about this that I liked is that it really deals with abusive parents in a way that still stays within the confines of feeling like a fairy tale. And this takes place in like Regency-esque era historical fiction. So putting all of that and dealing with narcissistic parents, dealing with emotional abuse and some physical abuse, and essentially Cordelia's journey to trying to figure out how to get out from the shadow of her mother, and Hester trying to figure out how to essentially deal with the sorceress who has come into their lives. So it's really good. It's just so T. Kingfisher-y. If you've read her, you know what I'm talking about. I was not a big fan of Thornhedge last year, which was also a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but this was just, it was so good. It was exactly what I love from T. Kingfisher. So I was very excited that it hit the spot for me. So absolutely check it out. August 6th, not the 20th like I thought. So yeah, that's it. Very short, very sweet, not a lot coming out this month. Thank you to my bank account. So yeah, tell me what you're looking forward to this month. I know it's all SFF here, but I would love to hear what you're excited about that's coming out this month, or are you looking forward to any books that I've already talked about? Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.